Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. My name is Sameer Mehta. I head marketing for WealthDesk, one of the partners for Prabhudas Lilladher. And today we have scheduled this webinar and invited Sonam Srivastava, who's an expert and an RIA who has created wealth baskets that are available on Prabhudas Lilladher through WealthDesk to come in and talk about a couple of our wealth baskets. So let me quickly introduce Sonam and then hand it over to her to talk through her presentation. So Sonam started Right Research to pursue her passion for excellence in quantitative investment management with a drive to create scalable technology-driven products for all investors. Featured as one of the top 100 women in finance by the Association of International Wealth Management of India, Sonam is a quantitative investment management and trading professional with more than 9 years of experience in the field. She is an IIT Kanpur graduate with a master's in financial engineering from World Quant University, and she has worked in portfolio management roles at HSBC and QPlum, as well as an algorithmic trader at Edelweiss and Forefront Capital. So, with that, Sonam, I hand over the stage to you.
Yeah, thank you, Sameer. Thank you for the kind introduction. Um, I'm so grateful to present our strategies to the Prabhudas Lilladher Wealth Basket users. Uh, so, like Sameer said, we work on a quantitative fashion. We are, you know, uh, more algorithmic driven, and it would be a good thing for the users of Prabhudas Lilladher through to understand how the quantitative investing goes about. So I'll start off by sharing my presentation. So in this webinar, I'm going to talk about two of our strategies, which are some of our most popular strategies, which are on momentum investing and small cap investing. Right. So momentum investing is something like you are trying to follow the trend. You invest into the stocks that have been trending the most, the stocks that have been showing the highest returns in the previous few months. And small cap investing is picking a high quality small cap that also are performing quite well. So in the current market scenario, which is the last year, you would have seen that these two themes, momentum and small caps, have been one of the most popular themes in the market, right? Uh, so whereas at Right Research, we have portfolios for much more balanced and diverse set of factors, but these two factors, momentum and small caps, have been performing the best over the last year, and we expect these themes to continue doing quite well because of the growth story that Indian markets have, right? So I will start off by introducing a little bit about Right Research, and then we'll talk about these two portfolios. And after the presentation, we'll take questions from the audience. So I'll start off by talking about a little bit about Right Research. Right Research is SEBI registered investment advisor. We are based out in Mumbai. We have been working for close to 2 years. We have been functioning for close to 2 years, and we create long only and long short strategies. So these are equity strategies which we rebalance on a monthly basis. We use a lot of quantitative techniques, a lot of statistical techniques to create our portfolios, and we also use a little bit of artificial intelligence, but we will not go into that part today. We'll try to understand the essence of these strategies. And our motive at Right Research is to create these transparent and low cost portfolios that can be useful for everyone. uh, I'll talk a little bit about our people and processes. I started this, and I come with almost 10 years of experience working in this field. Like Sabir introduced me, I have experience working with HSBC, Edelweiss, and QPlum in their quantitative trading desks. We have Ashish Singh, who heads the technology arm for us, and we have Dr. Michael Alonso, who is a global researcher based on New York, who advises us on the quantitative and AI driven work that we do. Our hypothesis is that we try to focus on multi-factor research, but also what are factors in the market? Uh, Trend following or momentum, right? Following the trend is a factor that you look at, that, okay, trending stocks are doing well. There are times when, stocks that are undervalued do well. So that is when the value factor does better. There are times when stocks that are very high earning growth will do well. So that is when the high growth factor does better. So these are certain factors that you can identify in the market, and we like to work on factors, and we try to look at multiple factors, and that is our hypothesis. Uh, this is all data driven. We backtest anything we do for 20 years. We try to do scenario analysis, and we try to see what will be the risk and reward of anything that we are offering to our clients in the market conditions over the last 20 years. We try to do automated execution. That's why we have partnered with Welldesk, which offers these portfolios in a very seamless fashion to Prabhudas Leeladhar investors. And we are always striving to constantly improve what we offer to our clients. So this is a set of products that we right now offer to our investors. We started with our core multi-factor portfolios. Multi-factor, like I said, the factors that we look at are like momentum, value, growth, high quality stocks, low volatility stocks, and all that. Our multi-factor portfolios, which are also on Welldesk, and they have been there for a long time. These portfolios here, we try to choose the best performing factor for a given market. So in the last 1 year, like I said, momentum has been the best performing factor. But there are times when momentum sort of lacks and other factors try to take precedence, right? So our core portfolios, they try to find the best factor for the given market. But our thematic portfolios are one where we focus on a single factor. So momentum and small caps are two thematic portfolios. Momentum is where you are investing into trending stocks. Small caps is where you are trying to pick, good small cap stocks. We also have a quality portfolio, and we also do some bit of alternative portfolios. So this is broadly the set of products that Right Research offers. And without further ado, I'll go to talking about the portfolio that we want to focus on today, right? So the first portfolio that we want to focus on is our momentum portfolio. Momentum portfolio, what is a momentum portfolio? Momentum, like I said, is trend following. So before I proceed, I would like people in the chat to tell me which are the particular stocks or particular sectors that they think right now in the current market have the highest trend. Siddhant Vora has said metal, somebody has pharma, sugar, IT, steel, banks, government sector. You guys can also tell me which particular stocks that you think have the highest momentum. So we see people talking a lot about metals, IT, and pharma, chemical, Tata Steel, Lupin, sugar, alkylamine, Sun Pharma, commodities, fertilizers, SAIL, BHEL, Adani Group, PSU, Nalco, somebody has said, Adani stocks, oil, finance. Yes, so I think we got some very good answers here. Metals obviously have had the highest, run recently. Adani Group stocks have a very good run. PSU stocks, after the budget, they had a big run because of the divestment suggestion in the budget. Um, and actually, our portfolios, they actually do focus a lot. Right now, we have high allocation to these cyclical sectors, right? So metal, construction, banking, and all these sectors are cyclical sectors that grow when the market, when the economy is growing, right? So those are the type of stocks that have had the highest return recently, and these are the type of stocks that show the highest momentum. Pharma, on the other hand, is a is a defensive sector, but pharma has done really well during the last first wave. Pharma was the best performing sector. Even right now, when the second wave of COVID started, pharma sector did much better. Uh, yeah, so that is about momentum or trend following. What is the type of performance that you expect from a momentum factor, right? So we have done, like I said, we backtest our strategy for 25 years, 20 years, right? And in the 20 years, we think that momentum is a very strong factor that can give you up to 30 to 35% annualized CAGR in the long term. Obviously, it is a high risk factor, because when a big crash would happen, then momentum would also see a crash. It does not have any low risk uh, stocks here, right? So it is a high volatility stock, but it is a high risk, high return strategy. You'll see high expected returns, but the risk will be high. We have actually started, trading this or advising these momentum strategy to our clients over the past 6 months, right? 6 to 7 months, and we have like our clients on the live trading have achieved 60% return in the 6 to 7 months, because the momentum factor has been really strong during these times. And I'll talk now a little bit of more detail about the momentum factor, and we'll talk more detail about the drawdown and everything in the next slides. But before we do that, I wanted to highlight that, like I said, that at Right Research, we focus on various factors in the market, right? So not just momentum, but other things, right? Like volatility, growth, quality, dividend, value, and all these things that you find on, which are something that NSE calls like a thematic indices on their website. You see these thematic indices of these various factors, quality, alpha, momentum, value, growth, dividend. This is all found on the NSE website, and we try to model this on our own. So we have our own research through which we model all of these factors at Right Research for Indian markets, and we see that momentum is the most powerful factor in the Indian market, right? So a momentum strategy, whereas it has, it definitely has a lot of risk, right? In times when the market crash, it goes through a big crash, but otherwise, momentum strategies tend to give very high returns in the Indian market, right? So, and the philosophy of this, like I said, is just doing trend following, trying to capitalize on continuation of any existing trend. So how would you model a momentum strategy? Is like you look at some previous return or some some breakout signal, or some support and resistance being broken, and based on this you'll pick up stocks mostly in a technical fashion to create a momentum strategy. Uh, so what we wanted to show here is that momentum is actually a very powerful strategy, especially in the Indian market. Maybe not in the global market, but in the Indian market, it is very powerful. And that is why we offer it as a standalone single factor to our investors, right? So how do we create this momentum factor? Um, so this is our, like I said, we work on numbers, we work on data, and we work through algorithms, right? How do we do this is, see, create we will try to filter out the stocks that have had the highest return in the previous period. So that could be in the previous 12 months or previous 6 months, and then you rank those stocks based on their trend, and you try to invest into the stocks that have had the highest trend. And while doing this allocation to the stocks that have the highest trend, we also try to minimize our risk, right? Because if you just put in everything into all very correlated stocks, right? If you just bought all the metal stocks, then you will obviously have a much higher risk. So we try to diversify our portfolio by including like a set of sectors, a set of diverse stocks, and also managing the risk using quantitative models. We rebalance this portfolio on a monthly basis. So every month we will try to, we will look at this portfolio and maybe remove something that the model says should be removed and add something that the model says should be added. And we try to be also very much proactive about the market, right? So the market goes through various phases. There's a risky phase and there is a trending phase. In the trending phase, this portfolio will do really well, but on the risky market, we have to be very careful, right? So in a risky market, if there is a very sudden drawdown, right? If there is a 10% drawdown in a week, then it means that something is going wrong in the market. So in those cases, we will deallocate a little bit from our strategy so that the risk is contained. So this is how the momentum factor is created. We look at top 500 stocks in the market, and we are also very so when we look at top 500 stocks, we are looking at all market caps, right? Large cap, small cap, medium cap, right? And we also try to be dynamic in our capitalization. So there are times when large caps do really well. So you see that the portfolio is very heavy on large caps, but there are times when small caps do better than large caps. So in that case, you'll see more small caps in this portfolio. So right now, like small caps are doing well. So you see some mid caps and some small caps in this portfolio along with large caps. If you look at the return, we expect this portfolio to give you 35% annualized return. In the time that we have been live, we have seen 60% in 6 months, but that is again, the market has been such, but in the long term, we expect this portfolio to give you 30 to 35% return. The worst drawdown that we have seen is around 30% for this portfolio, which was in March 2020. This portfolio will always have 20 to 30 stocks. This is purely equity portfolio. We will not have any other exposure, but there will be times, like I said, where we might deallocate a little bit from this portfolio if we see that there is risk in the market, right? Typically, we'll be holding any stock for 1 to 3 months. There are certain stocks that we might hold for a much larger time, but we'll be changing the allocations here and there every month, right? What are the risk in this portfolio? Like I said, this is a high risk and high return portfolio. So when the market crashes, this portfolio will also go down, but we will do risk management. What is the fee that we charge? The fee that we charge is actually not 2%, which is mentioned here. It is around 1,000 rupees plus GST for 6 months. The turnover of this strategy is around 20 to 40% monthly, and this has a much lower correlation to the market. It is obviously it will do well when the market is doing well, but we try to keep the correlation a little bit lower than the market. So this is the performance of our momentum strategy. You will see that it has done very well recently because this is the time when there has been an exceptional return that the market has given. So if you look at 1 year, this strategy would have given you 100% return, and in 3 months, in the live setup, it has given 28%. In 6 months, it has given 60%. But in the long run, if you look at it in the 3-year or 5-year perspective, you'll see that this strategy will give you 30 to 35% annualized return. Another question that everybody has on their mind right now in the current scenario when the second wave of COVID is going on is what happens when there is risk in the market, right? Because everybody has this fear that maybe because of COVID or maybe because of the Fed, US Fed raising rates, there might be risk in the market. So what happens when there is risk in the market for this portfolio? So if you look at this portfolio, you'll see that when there is a drawdown, like we have two examples here. One is the March 2020 drawdown and one is this 2016 demonetization led drawdown. And you see that in both of these cases, this portfolio goes down as much as the equity portfolio, but it comes up very quickly along with the equity portfolio, right? Now these returns that I've shown you here is without any risk management. And like I said, that we will start doing deallocation whenever there's a 10% drawdown. Right? But this is a very pure return of the momentum strategy that I am showing here. If you look at the risk of the portfolio, you will see that this portfolio has slightly higher risk than the market, right? So it is on an average similar to the market, but it is slightly higher than the market, the risk that this portfolio has. But if you look at the risk adjusted returns, which is you return divided by the risk, you'll see that this portfolio always has a much higher risk adjusted returns than the market because, uh, right? So, and in the current scenario, in the current market, which is supposed to be, the Indian markets are going through a cyclical recovery and the emerging markets are doing well and everything, and there's a forecast of a good GDP growth rate, we expect the momentum portfolio to do quite well in the coming time. So this is our allocation of the momentum portfolio. So if you subscribe to our portfolio on WellDesk, you'll see that this is the allocation that this portfolio has. It is slightly heavy on technology, metal, industrials, and automobiles. Some of the key stocks in this portfolio are SAIL, ATGL, KPIT Technology, and Tata Steel. I think some people, when we were talking about the momentum stocks, they did talk about Tata Steel and SAIL. Um, so this is about the momentum portfolio. We also have a small cap portfolio, like I said, and this is about here again. We do look at some trend in the small cap stocks that we are trying to pick up, but 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 we also look at some fundamental because for small caps you have to filter out stocks which don't have very good quality, right? So we use some fundamental filtering along with capturing the trend in small caps to create this portfolio. This portfolio has been live for around 8 months and it has given 43%. Actually, it has given slightly higher. This is a slightly older number, but it has given, I think, 55% return. And the live expected return that we expect from it is around 30 to 35%. This is also a high volatility portfolio. So before we proceed, will you guys suggest some of the good small caps that you think should be that we can invest in the current market scenarios? Utkarsh has said Relaxo. So Relaxo is part of one of our portfolios. What is it? Taj. Deepak Nitrite. Deepak Nitrite is part of our momentum portfolio. Amber Enterprises, Deccan, APL, Apollo Tube, Naveen Fluorine. Naveen Fluorine has been part of our portfolio. Neel Kamal, Subex, Lakshmi Organic, Apple India, Hind Copper, Lalpat Lab, Fortis, Vidhani, Info Edge, Chambal Fertilizer, Rice, Steel Cast, IEX, Tata Power. Yeah, so actually we do have IEX in our portfolio. I think we have had rights also somewhere. Route Mobile is a good stock. Anupam. Galaxy Surfactants, Cyan, Graphite. Graphite is part of this portfolio. Tasty Bites, Happiest Mind. Yes. Benkies. Yeah, so these are all quite excellent names, and we do look at some of these as part of our portfolio. Somebody said Apex Frozen, Mangalam Organic, Bajaj Finance, Gale, Bombay Dine. So these are some very excellent picks, and we do have some of these stocks as part of our portfolio. Uh, so when we talk about small caps and mid caps, right? You will, if you look at, somebody said the Bajaj Electric, Valiant Organics, um, right? So if you, so let's talk about why should we invest into small caps right now, right? So if you look at this, the chart of the market, you see that small caps tend to do really well when when the markets are in a bull phase, right? So if you look at the chart from 2013 to 18, when we had like a full bull market, during those times your small caps and mid cap index performed the best, right? That is the time when the small caps and mid caps did much better than large caps, right? And similarly, after March 2020, you would have seen that your small caps and mid caps have done much better than the large caps during the recent times. So if you anticipate growth in the market, if you anticipate growth in the economy during those phases, small caps and mid caps are much more attractive than large caps. So our idea of creating a small cap portfolio was the same, that we want to take advantage of the small cap rally that has been going on and offer the flavor of small caps to our investors. Our philosophy for creating the small cap portfolio is, again, we do look at trend for small caps also. So we try to pick up small cap stocks that are trending, but we also look at other factors, right? Like I said, the safety of the company, the quality of the company, and certain other key ratios like valuation, growth, etc. Right? So using these factors, we try to pick up uh, a set of small caps into our portfolio. Um, how do we define small cap is, so we try to pick up stocks that are ranked anywhere between 250 to 750 in terms of the market capitalization on the NSE. So you will see some, mid cap names which are categorized as mid caps also be there in this portfolio, but we broadly use stocks that are ranked from 250 to 750 uh, on the scale of market cap um, in this portfolio, right? So we're looking at a lot of different things in the market, and we are trying to again we always try to manage the risk, right? So you'll always see that this portfolio again has 20 to 30 stocks which are very diverse. Sector allocation is very diverse, and we are trying to minimize your risk while trying to get the most out of your allocation to these small cap stocks. The expected return, like we said, is again 30 to 35% for this portfolio also. This portfolio is also 20 to 30 stocks. You are holding these stocks for anywhere between 1 to 3 months. This is purely equity stock. Equity portfolio will have 100% equity exposure. But there might be times, if a situation like this happens where, there are times when small caps don't do well, right? If a situation like this happens where, small caps are underperforming large caps by a bit, then we will deallocate a portion of this portfolio to cash or liquid V's, and we will only include a selected set of small cap in our portfolio. Uh, the minimum investment here again is around 30,000, and the fee that we are charging on Welldesk is actually 1% of whatever you have invested. We are charging 1% of that, both for the small cap and the momentum portfolio. I'm sorry, in the last session, by talking about momentum, I said a different number, but it is actually 1% that we're charging here uh, as a percentage of the investment done by the investors. The turnover that you will see here is 20 to 40% on a monthly basis. We try to not change a lot in the portfolio, because every time we change the portfolio, you have to bear the cost of the trading. So we try to keep the turnover low, but on an average, you see 20 to 40% turnover month on month. This has a 50% correlation to the market. When you say the market, it is the Nifty. So obviously, small caps have a lower correlation to the market, and we will typically be holding the stocks for 1 to 3 months, even though there are certain stocks that we have been holding for more than 6 months in this particular portfolio. But typically, we might exit the stock that we have entered anywhere between 3 months horizon. So this is the performance of this portfolio compared to the Nifty Small Cap Index. When you are doing, momentum type of investing into small caps, you might pick up a lot of these multi-bagger stocks, and that's why the performance of this portfolio looks very high compared to the Nifty Small Cap Index. In the last 1 year, such a portfolio has done really well. So while the Nifty Small Cap Index has even given you 125%, this portfolio would have given you 150% return. And if you look at it from a longer term, from a 5 years perspective, you'll see that this will give you a 30% annualized return. And now let's talk about again what happens in risk scenarios. So a lot of us have the fear of anything like some sort of a risk based on COVID or other factors coming into the market. So what happens in a risky scenario? Whenever there is risk in the market, you'll see that this portfolio typically has a smaller drawdown than the small cap index, and even the small cap index picks up back quickly, and this portfolio comes back quicker than the index, right? Again, here, like I said, here again we have a very tight risk management schedule. We haven't like I said, we have been live for 8 to 10 months with this portfolio, and we haven't seen a scenario where the market has fallen down by more than 10% in a week, right? But if there is such a scenario where if there's a very sharp short-term drawdown, we will deallocate away from this portfolio. If you look at the risk of the portfolio compared to the Nifty small cap index, you will see that this portfolio has at par or similar risk than the risk like the small cap index. And if you look at the risk adjusted return, you will see that this portfolio has a much higher risk adjusted return than the small cap index in almost all of these 8 years that we have shown here. And talking about the allocation in this portfolio, you'll see that this is a very diverse portfolio. We have picked up small caps from all sorts of sectors. There is high allocation to construction, FMCG, metals, technology, healthcare in this portfolio. And some of the key stocks that we have here is Supreme Petro, GPIL, Graphite, HEG. We have Vaibhav Globals, which has done really well as a high allocation in this portfolio. So that is pretty much what I wanted to cover, talking about the two portfolios. And that brings me to the end of my presentation. We'll go through a session explaining how can you invest into these portfolios via WealthDesk next, and then we'll do Q&A with the audience. Samir, do you want to get started?
Thanks, Sonam. Abhishek, can we do a quick demo, because there were questions in the Q&A as well on how they can invest in the wealth baskets that were mentioned?
Sure, Samir. So we at WealthDesk have made this platform keeping in mind the end investors. So our core focus area have always been the ease of execution. So good evening, everyone. And I'll be demonstrating how you can invest in a wealth basket with the help of a demo video. So my screen is visible, correct?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So you have to come to the wealthdesk.pl India platform. Okay, wealthdesk.plindia.com. Aman, I would request you to share the URL in the chat section. So once you visit the URL, okay, you will land on PL India microsite, which we have created for Prabhudas Lilladher. You can log in using your PL India credentials. So once you log in using your PL India credentials, you will see a list of wealth baskets that are available on the Prabhudas Lilladher website, where you will also see wealth baskets which are created by Right Research. So we have spoken about small caps and a momentum portfolio. So once you select a wealth basket which you want to invest in, you can simply click on the wealth basket. So here you can see various information about the well basket, the fee charge, when the well basket was launched, a short brief introduction about the strategy. So you have to click on the subscribe button. As soon as you click on the subscribe button, you will have to complete a risk profiling. If you are a first time investor and you have already completed the risk profiling, then you will be redirected to the KYC page. So for the first time investor, you have to fill in a risk profiling. This is a one-time activity, and we have 13 questions which you have to answer. So once you complete the risk profiling, based on it, your risk profiling score will be calculated and the well baskets will be suggested. So once you complete the risk profiling, you will get your risk profile attributes. and you have to click here. So once you click submit your risk profiler, you will be redirected to the KYC page where you have to submit your KYC details. This is also a one-time activity. So once you submit your KYC details, you will have to validate an advisory agreement. So this agreement you can validate using the OTP. The OTP is sent to your mobile and email, which you have shared with the while registering your KYC. So once you validate your investment advisory agreement, the next step is to enter the investment amount. Now we have here minimum investment amount, which is advised by the advisor. So while making a well basket, the advisor feels that you have to, invest with a minimum amount so that they can make sure that your portfolio, performs really well. And that is why they kept a minimum amount. But if you want, you can always edit it and increase the minimum investment amount as per your convenience. So on the basis of the amount you are willing to invest, a subscription fee is calculated. For Right Research Basket, the advisory fee is 1% every 6 months. So you are redirected to the gateway. Here you can pay fees via UPI, net banking, or you can simply just scan the QR code and pay the fees. Once you pay the fee, you will see a screen which says, congratulations, your fee payment is successful. And now you can begin with the order execution. Once you click here to begin with the order execution, you will see the list of advices which are present in a particular well basket. You can simply click on continue to place order. Once you click on continue to place order, you will be redirected to the trading terminal where you are supposed to place the trade. So you have to click on the submit button. Once the orders are successful, you will be redirected to the My Portfolio page. Now I'll be showing you how the investor portals look like where you can track your investments. So this is your My Portfolio page where you can see your portfolio value, your profit and loss, unrealized value, realized profit and loss, total dividends you have received. You can also see various well baskets you have subscribed into. And you can also, drill down to a particular well basket level performance where you see a basket level realized PNL, unrealized PNL, total dividends, if any, your net investment amount, what is your current portfolio value, list of advices that are present in your well basket. You can also, further drill down to the performance of your portfolio where you get see the actual performance metric of your portfolio, if there are any withdrawals and portfolio returns, benchmark, and your subscription time step. You can also see your current active holdings and any past transactions if you have made. You can also export a PDF and the PDF is downloaded where you could see various performance metrics, your holdings, transactions if closed any, and the dividend received. You can also see script-wise dividend here. And then you can also, we have a pending action step. So suppose an advisor is rebalancing their well baskets. So for example, you started an investment and now the advisor feels that they want to rebalance the portfolio. So say they had few stocks, which now they want to exit or reduce the allocation, and they want to add additional advices or increase allocation to particular advices. So in that case, the advisor issues new rebalancing. And in that case, you as a client will receive an email notification stating that you have a rebalancing request in a particular well basket, which you can come to your pending action step and you can approve your rebalancing. So you simply need to click to approve button and then you can again continue to place the order. So this is the rebalancing. You will be getting payment renewals request over here. So you will be getting payment reminders. You can also create SIPs. So if a well basket offers SIP facility, you will see it SIP available and you can create SIPs in this particular well baskets. So if you have any questions regarding the investor portal or with respect to the Sonam's presentation, we are open to taking questions now. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Sameer.
Thanks, Abhishek. All right. Sonam, I think there were a few questions in Q&A, but I think we've answered most of them. There is one question, let's say, which says, how is your fund different from mutual fund scheme? Maybe you just want to talk a little bit about the nuances there.
Yeah, so we are, in essence, we are a basket of stock and a mutual fund is a basket of stocks, right? But the operationally, it is quite different. When you invest in a mutual fund, you invest into, a unit of the mutual fund, whereas here you will receive a very transparent basket of stocks. You will be able to see what are the exact things that are traded in that particular basket, right? And uh, obviously we can, we have much lesser constraints than a mutual fund manager has. Mutual fund manager, has to either be in a particular category, and then they have a lot of constraints on the allocation that they can give. Whereas when we are creating these advisory portfolios, we don't have so many constraints. We obviously do risk management, like I said, we try to be very diverse in risk management, but we don't have any specific constraints when we are creating the portfolios, and that's why we are able to explore a lot of different and diverse themes that we sort of provide to our investors.
Right. Thanks. And I think one, even though I'm obviously not an advisor, but one point that I have seen is that, all the advisors like you, Sonam, you are able to figure out the themes and create portfolios much faster than, let's say, what I can, as an investor, get from a mutual fund. Right.
Yeah,
So,
we can be very dynamic, right? Whereas some of the mutual funds, they cannot be very dynamic in terms of switching the exposure.
right. Absolutely. And there is another question here. I think one is on will booking profit. How is that done? Do the investors have to give instructions, or you take care of it at your end?
No, so we don't expect the investor to book any profit or exit anything that is not working. We are doing that at our end. That is what we are giving to the investor. The investor has to just follow along with the advice. That is our recommended way. So if we see that we have to book profit in a particular stock, right, it is a good time to exit that particular stock. We will do that if we think that if a particular stock is not doing well, right, and there is a big risk in that stock, then we will exit it. And somebody has also asked that, do you switch only at the end of the month because something wrong might happen during the month also, right? So we have this philosophy that we keep on monitoring these portfolios on a very active basis, right? We are looking at it daily, and if we see that one particular stock has gone through something. So if I remember correctly, we had Future Retail when the deal between Reliance and Future Retail got stuck, right? Due to the lawsuit. So at that time, we had to exit that within the month because there was a huge risk in in that particular stock. It was hitting the lower circuit every day. So we will take actions like that during in the middle of the month if something like that happens. But we haven't done it very. I mean, we haven't had to do that very actively because such scenarios, they don't occur every day, right?
Thanks, Sonam. I think another question here is related to security of money. I think if you look at what's happened with Franklin or whatever, right? So I think we should definitely talk about the transparency and the fact that stocks remain in the broking account. So maybe talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so what I am giving you is just advice, right? And all the stocks that you're buying based on our advice will be in your brokerage account, right? They will be in your Prabhudas Leeladhar account. And even if you wanted to, bypass my advice and, change your allocations as per yourself, you can do it. The whole control of the account lies with you. Me or Wellness will never have any control on the brokerage account. We are just facilitating the execution based on our advisory. And if you're talking about specific stocks that we might have, so we try to select the stocks that are very liquid, that do not have, default risk or anything like that, the investor wealth is destroyed through them. Even if there is a risk scenario, right? Like I said, we will exit any stock that goes through a sudden risk.
Yeah. Thanks, Sonam, because I think that helps, calm down a lot of investors, even like me, right? Because I can see the stocks that I've bought in my broking account. So there's complete transparency, and I have, though of course I take a very different approach because I always follow whatever my advisor says. And when the rebalancing request comes in, is the only time I click on rebalance, and through Welldesk, and everything happens. But one thing which always assures me is that whatever money I'm putting in those stocks is there in my brokerage account. So it definitely helps with that. Okay, I think we are almost done over
So
here.
no, I think, Samir, I just had one question. I think that's what some people are attempting to ask in a slightly different fashion. Sonam, if you could clarify, if markets are dropping, because you quickly mentioned that during one of your present slides that you were presenting, if the markets were to take a sudden adverse turn, you're not obviously always fully invested, right? You do take into account. So sort of how does that happen, and what steps do you take?
So we have a deallocation philosophy, right? So if the market goes down 10% over 6 months, we will not deallocate, right? But if the market goes down 10% in 1 week, right, that means that there is a sudden risk. And things like that, they do not happen very frequently. If something like that happens, then we will start deallocating 10% of our portfolio. If we see 5% more drawdown, we'll deallocate 10% more. And that is the type of philosophy that we try to follow.
Got it.
Obviously, the numbers that I showed in the current presentation were without the risk management, just so that people get the essence of the strategy, right? Essence of the momentum and the small cap strategy. But obviously, safeguarding the risk is something that is very important for us as advisors and for the investors also. And in the risk scenario, we will deallocate. We haven't talked about our multi-factor strategies. In the multi-factor strategy that were live in March 2020, we did deallocate during the 2020 crash based on our model, and our strategy went to 15% drawdown when the market went through a 40% drawdown. So we'll be very proactive if something like that happens.
Right. Sandeep, anything else that you feel we should touch upon?
I think there's just one more question, which probably I could answer. Would you touch other stocks? So the answer to that is no. Once you subscribe to the Wealth Basket, you, first of all, nobody else is managing the money. It is you who are executing the transaction in your account. Sonam's team is just giving you the advice. The choice to accept or not to accept the advice lies with you, the investor. Once these stocks are purchased based on the limits available in your account, you'll have to ensure that it does not come under forced sale on T+7. So that's all that the partner or the client has to ensure. Other than that, I mean, there is no direct or indirect way that Sonam or her team affect the rest of your portfolio.
Yeah, thank you, Sandeep. I tried answering that in the Q&A as well, but I think you've answered it very comprehensively. And that should be enough for people to understand how this works. All right. Sandeep, if you feel we've answered most questions.
Yes, I would think so, yes. Sonam, thank you so much for the session. We appreciate the brevity that you had while presenting a very, very powerful product to the teams. Thank you to Team Wealth because the entire, actually the walkthrough via the Wealth Baskets was actually very simple. So the two teams combined, Right Research along with Wealth Basket is actually just a 7-8 minute journey. I've tried it myself. It's a very, very flawless kind of an arrangement that we have. I would like to encourage all our partners, all our clients. to actively participate in wealth baskets, especially now that right research, both the products, momentum and small cap is typically what customers look at. And the fact that there is a team which is researching these stocks inside out 24/7 for you, applying a lot of metrics, both fundamental as well as technical, to give you the best, and that the minimum size is only $30,000 or so, makes for a huge market out there. I would sincerely request all of you to try it out yourselves, register, see the smoothness, and then actively encourage all your clients, friends, relatives, etc., to participate in these strategies. With that, I thank you again to all the presenters and to the entire audience for participating today. Being a holiday, I appreciate this. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sandeep. Thanks, Onam. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. We shall be ending the webinar now. Thank you.